Happy Tuesday, y'all. Today's gonna be a quick one, and it's the eloquence in the way you move. What the hell do you mean, Londis? What does that mean, Big Al? How does this apply to our life? When I talk about the eloquence and the way that you moved, and I just recorded a podcast with JJ Hardy, so go to the YouTube, check that out. When I talk about the eloquence and the way you move, it means everything. The way you conduct yourself, the way you take care of yourself, the way you show up every day, the energy you bring, the dream you manifest, the way that we act, the way we take action, the way we take care of our people, the way we show gratitude is everything. When it comes to the eloquence on the way that you live your life, the way that you conduct yourself, the people that you have around you, the way you conduct business. It's everything people need to know about you and more. And that's the fact is people don't understand that stuff. People think that they can have one thing, that they can party, that they can drink, that they can do all these different things, and there's no repercussions on the back end. And that's just not it. And there's a way to be crafty, to be a tactician, to show up in life, to align things for you. And that's where when people get strategic on what they do, they become intentional with the way that they move in life. They become intentional with their testimony on the way that they share their message, the way they show up, the way that they continually pour out knowledge for the world and give more. That's where they get more. It was funny because as I'm saying this, I'm talking about congruence and everything is flowing. I had somebody mention on my Facebook story on my Instagram story for a Q&A. They said, how do I grow my business? And it literally was as simple as add value to people. And in their case, they had a graphic design business. That is so easy to grow. The reason why is all they have to do is be like, hey, I would love to do free work for you. I'm not asking for any money. I'm not asking for anything. I would just love to see if I can help you in any way, shape, or form. And if you can be able to refer me to a friend, if you do a good enough job for free for somebody, they can refer you. And that's the fact is if you can help somebody do something that they haven't been able to do, to level up, to do whatever it needs to be, that's where life starts to change. So people don't understand that. People think that it's I. How can it help me? How can I be this? It just doesn't work like that. If you're eloquent in the way that you move, the way that you show up for lives, the way that you show up for people, that's where people are going to understand that. For me, it's the characteristics I embody, right? It's the shaved head that shows that that's what I like. I still got hair. I had a fro last year that I grew out on purpose. I shaved it. For me, I like being disciplined. I like having a shaved head. So it goes with me. You could tell that I'm about business and I don't fuck around. I talk in a particular way. I get aggressive in a particular way. I trigger that man who doesn't want to take action because that is me. That is the characteristics I embody because I'm talking to the previous version of myself who struggled, who wasn't that man, who fell into temptation. So that's the thing you need to think of is when you see somebody that triggers you or when you see something that maybe not in alignment with yourself, you need to think about where they're coming from and so forth. Or if it's the other way around, where you're like, this one thinks he's better. You have to think yourself. You have to think you're better if you're going to be successful in life. There's no way you can be competitive and then just go into a fight being like, I'm going to be second place. I know I suck. It just doesn't, good doesn't happen. When you're like, I'm going to be the best I can be, I'll give anybody a run for their money. I don't care what it is. And you have that confidence in yourself. You instill the traits that are going to keep you highly successful, achieve anything. That's where life starts to change for you. And people need to realize that is the eloquence in the way you move, the eloquence in the way that you show up in life, the energy that you give, all comes back to you. And I'm noticing that as opportunities arise, people show up and just be consistent of what I do, how I show up every single day. That's where life literally changes for me. And when I don't do that, when I don't come on and I show up as the best way possible, that's where life fails. So literally on the Q&A as well, somebody said, hey, why do you talk about mindset so much? I talk about mindset because when I didn't, I struggled, I failed, and I wasn't the best I can be. And that's as simple as it can be is if you continue to show up for that reason, you continue to pull your heart and soul out, things are going to come. The money's going to come. It's not about making the money. It's not about getting to a place. It's about showing up and being a better version of yourself for what you're doing, how you're showing up, whatever it is. And the fact is people don't understand that. People understand that, "Oh, I need this short-term thing. I need this money that is going to change life for me, whatever it is." And the fact is life doesn't roll that way. You can roll with the punches. You can say whatever the F you want. But the fact is the results are the way results are. And the way you can carry yourself means everything. So if you can conduct yourself as a dickhead, only dickheads are going to come to you. Bad things are going to come to you. But if you take care of people, you show love, you give gratitude, you be the best you can be, that is where life is going to be changing for you. And I'm telling that as the man that's continually worked on himself, who's continually poured in time, emotion, energy, money. The more that I pour into myself, the more that I pour into my family, the more I pour into being present within the moment and just being the best individual I can be. That's where life starts to change. If people acknowledge that is you're moving differently, the vibration that you're at is completely differently. The source of where it's coming from is completely differently. And that's really it. Energy is not created, it is there, it is flowing. We all attract it. Basically, is all the things I'm saying is everything that's been said in the world already. It's just in a different context that is in my words. And that's the fact is you can say whatever you want, but it's not like you come up with something out of left field that is the brand new topic that's going to change everything. Whatever you heard is in your words in one way, shape, or form. It has been said thousands of years ago. It is whatever. And that's the fact is the way we move means everything. The way you do one thing means the way you do everything. The fact is you can't have it all if you can't master the small things. And when it comes to yourself, if you can understand that the way that you show up to life is in another sense, that's where you start making gains. Is hey, I was able to be better here. You know what? I lost my temper because I was coming from a place of love. I can explain myself and be like, hey, this is why I did that because I needed to be better. The fact is if you continually pour your heart and soul and being into everything, your heart and soul and being is going to come back to you tenfold.